What's going on YouTube? GT Jesse here, back with another Gran Turismo 7 video, and this video is actually going to be a little bit of a change of pace from previous videos that I released. In this video, I'm essentially reaching out to the YouTube community to request your help in gaining awareness and helping this video get traction to help solve an issue or an error that Gran Turismo 7 has caused my PlayStation 5 to throw, and it's affected me and it's plagued several other players. But essentially this error makes it impossible for myself and these other players in the Gran Turismo community to make any progress in the game without Polyphony releasing a patch that addresses this issue. And I'm making this video because this issue has plagued PS5 since it launched with various games. There doesn't seem to be any specific rhyme or reason as to why it's happening, but it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed ASAP because I'm a day one PS5 user. There's several other people who are also day one PS5 users, and so what does that mean? It means basically our PlayStations are no longer in warranty. And so in order for this issue to get fixed, you're either going to need to replace your PlayStation or Polyphony's going to have to release an update. They need to be forced to release an update in a timely manner that addresses this error. So first and foremost, if this video comes across your screen, please, even if you don't watch the whole thing through, just hit that like button, drop a comment below, help the video gain traction on the platform so that it'll bubble up and maybe Sony and Polyphony will see the video, see all of the issues that it's causing for all of the players, and be pressured a little bit further to release a patch and release an update in a timely manner that fixes the issue. So what's the problem? Basically, I shifted my entire focus to the license tests and getting gold on all of the license tests as soon as they became available. I got through most of them in a pretty timely manner, but then I got to the super tests, especially S10, and as you can all imagine, it took me a very long time to finally get gold on the S10 license. So it was just this past week, it was after the most recent update, and I finally got gold on the S10 license, and as the game was progressing through the credits, where essentially I was going to earn the prize car, my entire app just crashed. Now, aside from all of the frustration that this caused, because I essentially put the entire rest of the game on hold, specifically to grind through and get gold on all of the licenses, and I finally did, I finally hit that accomplishment, and I was ready to just shift back to the cafe book, start working on those, start working on the circuit experiences. But then I got this error, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this error basically makes it impossible for you to actually make any progress in the game. You can do certain things, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm still able to do, but for the vast majority of the game, you're not able to progress. Your entire career mode is dwarfed. So what is the error? Well, I'm going to go on ahead, I'm putting it on screen here, and I do apologize for the poor quality. You can't actually take a screenshot in the PlayStation system when you throw an error. I think Sony probably does that on purpose to prevent people posting stuff on social and things like that, to make it just a little bit harder. But I took a picture with my phone and tried to make the quality as good as possible and then uploaded it back to the PlayStation. So you can see here the error that I'm getting. And if you actually search for this error online, you'll see, just like I mentioned before, that the error traces back all the way back to PS5 launch days. And back in the day when PS5 first launched, they had no fix for this. There was no way to resolve this error, and the users who were unfortunately plagued by this error were forced to send their PlayStation to Sony for repair and ultimately replacement. But that repair process, sometimes Sony would send back their PlayStation 2-3 times claiming that they fixed it, when in fact they didn't fix it and the issue still persisted, and ultimately they ended up having to get an entire replacement from Sony. Now for myself, and like I mentioned, several other people, we're at that point where our PlayStations are out of warranty, so this will cost either several $100s for Sony to, air quotes, repair, or maybe they'll send a refurbishment, but it's going to cost several $100s. It is an issue that Sony's been aware of and has done nothing to fix in the past. So this is the error code, and again, you can hop online and do some research and see what I'm talking about. But this is the error code, and these are actually the first steps that I took to go on ahead and try and troubleshoot and fix the issue. So pretty straightforward stuff here, and this is just generic troubleshooting from Sony. Delete the game, reinstall it. If that doesn't work, start your PS5 in safe mode and rebuild the database. If that doesn't work, reset your PS5 and then try reinstalling the application again. And then if that doesn't work, please contact Sony PlayStation support. So kind of frustrating. All this troubleshooting obviously takes time, but it's pretty non-impactful until you actually get to step 3, where you have to reset your PS5. And you're thinking about that as basically a factory data reset. You're wiping your entire PS5 and all of the content and settings on it, and then you're basically starting from scratch. None of these troubleshooting steps made a difference in my ability to progress or move further in the game. So then basically, because my system is out of warranty, I wanted to start building a case and tracing back the exact root cause of what is driving the issue and what's preventing me from progressing further, so that I'm basically armed with as much information as possible before I contact Sony and start the potential repair process. So just working through the different menu options in the game, first thing I'm doing here is basically taking a picture in Scapes and then trying to upload it to the community to see if there's any general network issues that are causing the issue with the game. That worked fine. Next, I went into the content search and basically tried removing this livery from my collection and then re-adding it back to my collection to see if that kind of network ping caused any kind of issues. Didn't seem to cause any issues with content search and download and save, so I went to the tuning shop next. Once I'm in the tuning shop, I basically am thinking like, okay, maybe I'm having an issue buying things and spending credits or adding things to my account. I was able to go on ahead and buy a muffler. I was able to go in here and spend credits washing my car. So no general issues with just spending credits or acquiring new items in the game. Also verified I was able to purchase this paint here, this custom paint from the paint shop. That didn't cause any issues. I was able to go into the livery editor and apply the paint. That didn't cause any issues. Next, I added a custom decal to the car and then saved that as a new livery. That didn't cause any issues. So a lot of the stuff in the game I'm able to do without any kind of interruption, and you can see that from all of the troubleshooting that I'm doing. Next I wanted to go into basically the cafe, browse around through here. I can get through the cafe menus, that's no problem. I can review the previous cafe books that I've acquired, that's not a problem. You can see here I'm working through the Luca dialogue menus, that's not causing any issues. I'm thinking, all right, let's try a custom arcade race. You can see that worked no problem. I was even able to earn the credits from that. So next I wanted to try a circuit experience. We went to Northern Isles Speedway, completed that circuit experience with gold. That didn't cause any issues. Beyond that, I wanted to redeem a roulette ticket. You can see that I redeemed the ticket. That didn't cause any issues. 5K credits. Went into multiplayer, tried joining a custom lobby. Didn't want to do sport mode just because there's a lot more at stake if my game glitches out when I'm in a sport mode race. But you can see in multiplayer, I'm able to join the custom lobby. That didn't cause any issues. Alright, so it might seem like there's a lot that I can do in the game, but what I actually can't do is acquire new cars. I can't purchase a car from the used car dealership. I can't go in and earn the car that I won when I completed all gold on the S licenses. I can't complete any cafes or missions in which I would win a new car. I can't buy cars from this, the luxury dealership. I can't do any of that. And so that really dwarfs your ability to progress in Gran Turismo. If you can't buy new cars, then in career mode, you essentially can't progress. You also are very limited in what you can do in online multiplayer because you essentially need to get the most competitive car for any given race. Can't do that if you can't buy cars. So Polyphony actually released this update on 12 March, that would have been yesterday, where they said on rare occasions an application occurs when purchasing cars in Brand Central, used cars and legendary cars, or when receiving a car as a prize. Those issues are planned to be solved with a future update. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. So why am I still making this video when Polyphony seems to have addressed the issue here in a footnote? Well, it's really just because of that. They addressed the issue in a footnote, but did they really address the issue? I didn't see any commitment to a firm date for when this issue would be fixed. And like I mentioned before, this issue has plagued PS5 users since day one. PlayStation and Sony were forced to replace entire consoles earlier on when this issue popped up, and if you hop on Reddit and you hop on Google, you'll actually see lots of mixed reviews for how Sony's been handling this as of late. In some cases they say there's nothing we can do, they won't refund for games, they basically blame the developer, and I can only hope that this is just an issue with Gran Turismo 7 and Polyphony. But the weird thing is I have a second account on my PlayStation, and I went into that second account and I was able to go in and acquire new cars and win prize cars and purchase new cars, no problem. The problem is I don't really play on that second account, and Gran Turismo 7 is not a conducive game for having multiple accounts. So look, this is something that they need to address, they need to fix. I would appreciate your support in helping us get to that point. If you found value in this, please do like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know if you're having issues and what steps you took to fix them.